Hello, it's Kay from Mudsoul's Pottery with a quick update from what came out of my kiln testing the Mayco 2024 kit. I'm a little behind the times, but I was looking forward to getting this kit because I think the glazes look quite nice, although I haven't heard great things about them, but I wanted to give them a try. So first of all, from the top shelf, this little one is actually on the speckled clay, and this is opal luster. Now I know people haven't had great results with it, and obviously I've not got any of the pinky aqua type blue breakthrough. Okay, it's on a flat surface, but I think it's getting there. That was 4 coats, as I say, on speckled buff, which perhaps wasn't the best choice to put it on, but I was eager to try them out. Actually, here's the cones from the top shelf. As you can see, 5, 6, so it didn't reach a 6. That's probably because it only had one band of elements at the top shelf. I've only got quite a small 45 litre kiln, so yeah, as soon as you have a bigger piece, which you'll see in a minute, you're quite limited to what you can put on the top shelf. I also got river birch finally, which I've seen good things about. This is actually on the black clay, which I do like the black clay. I can appreciate, obviously you get a different result, but I think it's quite nice. Obviously I appreciate it usually breaks blue due to the iron content, but I think that's quite nice. I just made these as little testers, to be honest. Maybe I should have put a bit of texture inside as well, but I thought it was a bit different having the texture outside and smooth inside. So yeah, it's river birch, and I think mostly 2 coats. It's even got some pink right down at the bottom, which I think it gets as well. Sorry for the reflections. Wherever I sit I get reflections because there's quite a big window in this room, considering it's a overcast day here in the UK. Next one I tested was my glaze I do like from Vitra Glaze here in the UK, available from Hot Glaze, is reactive white, and I know I like the result on the speckled clay, but I just thought I'd give it a test on one of these dishes. Right, then it gets a little bit, I'll just do this one, that's just river birch on texture on buff clay. Obviously a flat surface as well. I just wanted to see how it worked on the texture. This is where it gets a little bit confusing, and I realised probably black clay wasn't the best choice to test these micro glazes, plus a couple of other ones. Anyway, these are my little toadstool trinket dishes. I thought it was a good idea. I mean, we all love making toadstools, but I think, oh, can I make them a little bit more useful rather than just decorative? I've just noticed I've got a few pinholes in these. You always notice another one, don't you, as you go around? I'm pretty sure this is from a deducting. I'll put pictures at the end and you can always perhaps tell me what you think. Oh, they don't look as nice on the camera. This, I think, is micro pearl. I think they go, the reason I decided as well to put the micro glazes on the toadstools was I thought they would have quite a good effect. Looking quite sort of organic and toadstool-y. Anyway, I think that's micro pearl. They're all 3 coats. I'm pretty sure this is micro champagne. Again, obviously I appreciate it's come out darker because it's on black clay again. Yeah. And then 2, and I have a feeling 1, which I am thinking is this one, is micro cerulean, which obviously is supposed to be blue. I think on the black clay it's obviously just gone green, and I can't get a good, the light is changing every second here. You can see the crystals. Obviously I appreciate as well you get more crystals showing on a vertical surface. And then I'm pretty sure this is micro ash, which I've seen in combination with river birch. I think that could be quite nice. Obviously quite nature inspired, but obviously I appreciate a lot of people don't really like a brown. They'd rather go for more colours, but it depends on what you want. Oh, yeah. Right, then onto the dishes. Like I say, I'm pretty sure this is micro ash. This shows up a little bit better. Hopefully I've got that right. I haven't actually got any white clay at the moment, and I do prefer either buff or, like I say, the speckled or the black. I think it's just a little bit more interesting, but again, the colours don't come out as bright as on white clay. I'm pretty sure this is micro champagne. Quite a bit of pitting, but I think that is the speckled clay anyway. I mean, it's smooth almost. There's one little bit there. Do people find that once you leave your pieces for a couple of days, they do develop a little bit more, and you get a couple more pinholes, if you're unlucky to get pinholes, etc., coming out in the glazes? This is where it gets confusing again. I think this is micro cerulean, so you can see more, some more crystalline in that. On the speckled clay, so I haven't been saying what's on. It's either black or speckled with these at the moment. I'm pretty sure this is a micro jade. On the black clay, I would have thought it would have been darker, but I don't quite like that one. Keep it still. On black clay again. Oops. Right, then we shall move over to, these were on the bottom shelf of my kiln, which actually got a little bit hotter. See, 5, 6, and it's almost a 6. I fired this kiln, my kiln rather, to 1220 degrees with a 5-minute hold, which I'm not even sure whether it's worth doing a 5-minute hold, but when I've done longer things, I think being quite a new kiln, not used that much so far, it tends to go really hot, up to 7, 8 I've had, so I tend to be a bit cautious, I think. I'll do this first because I'm going to cry. As you can see, I had a chunk left on the cookie from my mug. This was made on a bit of a whim, obviously sort of thinking on Valentine's Day. It's got some texture at the bottom, which is covered up a little bit, even though I only did 2 coats. Kimchi on the design at the bottom, and then autumn purple at the top, and reactive white inside. Now, interestingly, the reactive white hasn't pinholed, but the Spectrum autumn purple and kimchi, not so much on the texture yet, has. When it first came out of the kiln, I didn't see this, so I'm sure this has developed over the last couple of days. So of course it's got a little wobble going on at the moment because of the foot, but anyway, it's for me, so I might put it in for another refire and see if they even out. But being the speckle clay, it might bloat. Some of them are a little bit sharp, so I think it's definitely going to be, I'm going to go over it and then refire. The autumn purple looks nice. I only, like I say, do 2 coats, and I find that the Spectrum glazes are quite chalky, for want of another word, so I tend to rub them over. It's usually worked for me, but maybe in this case, you know, rub them over before the second coat. In this case, but it's probably down to the speckled clay, to be honest, which, like I say, I love the look of it, but it does tend to stick to the kiln shelf and create a few pinholes. So we'll see. Then on to more toadstool trinket dishes. These are in the speckled clay as well. This one is Purple Aster. Purple Aster? Yep. Which I have seen quite good things about. And it is a pretty glaze, very smooth. No pinholes. Oh, no, that's just in the clay. No, fine. I think that's a winner. I should show you. I'm interested to test out of this box. Actually, it's worked out quite nice. Like I say, do bear in mind they're on speckled and black clay. And this is the weird. This is the pretty. Right, no, I did number these. Now I have been numbering, but obviously I've not got a white underglaze pencil to mark on the black clay, and it was a bit harder on the dishes. So this is Opal Luster. Oh. There's a little bit of bluey coming through compared to that. It's on the flat. Definitely one to persevere with. Okay, so that's toadstool ring dishes. Right, now this is a bit of a history. It was going to be a cauldron mug. The clay dried out a bit too much, so I ended up chopping it and putting holes in it to make it votive. Reactive white inside. I decided to do iron luster on the top over river birch, but as you can see remnants of the river birch, but most of it burnt off. I did put 2 coats. Now it's not disappeared to the bottom, it just seems to have, whether the buff clay has just eaten it, I don't know. but I quite like the drippies from the iron luster. So not everyone's cup of tea because it's like browny, but we've got a little bit of blue. It's the biggest one. Interesting sort of drips coming through. I think I'm going to put another coat of river birch. Actually, the top is quite nice. I just wipe my brush on the top. Actually, the rim is quite nice too. So yeah, I mean, it does need a refire. Got nothing to lose. And it is on the buff clay. Right. More black clay. Got a little mark on the bottom. I've got to get rid of those. So this is one of the art bowls. I've made cups before. I just made a bowl this time. Say inspired by Ceramics by Julia. I always have to give her a mention because she was the original one to give me the inspiration for these. But yeah, honey flux ×2, river birch ×1, and then I put smoky merlot on the rim here. Actually, there you can still see a bit of the. Sorry, I'm being awkward because I'm not even dressed, still in my PJs because I've got a night shift tonight, so I'm going to bed in a minute. I'm back to bed in a minute. So that's why I'm not on camera as such. You can just see my part of me. But yeah, I'll put better photos on. Obviously, you can see the speckles from the river birch. The outside is quite interesting. I've got some nice drippies without, you know, running down the pot. I've got that nice edge to the glaze reacting with the clay. I'm quite happy. I think this is the best of the kiln, and no pinholes. It's lovely. She says lovely and smooth, no pinholes. No, great. There's some lovely colours going down. The blues and the purple reddy from the smoky merlot. And obviously you've got the browns from the river birch. So I think I did put a little bit over the smoky merlot on the outside as well. Okay, yeah. And finally, now you think I probably should have done this. This was going to be for my kitchen, but I let it dry too much. Couldn't finish it off properly, so it's a bit of a, you know, unprecise, to match a spoon rest that I made myself. So I thought, right, I'll use it as a tester. So what I did was I did stripes of all of the engobes around. And yeah, they're a little bit rough, as you would expect, because obviously they're meant to be to colour the glaze, not to, well, you could leave them, but obviously it's best to put glaze over the top. So going around, let's get it in order. I have got, right, this is, so obviously you can see a buff at the top, white, speckled, red engobe, brown engobe, and black at the bottom. Probably shouldn't have bothered with the black, but anyway, it's interesting. Well, to us pottery nerds anyway. So micro pearl. So you can see it obviously on the different, rather than obviously, like I say, I haven't got any white clay, I haven't got any red or brown clay. So I thought, yeah, let's just test them out, see how they go. Because then I can have a play should I get any white clay. So yeah, micro pearl. No, that's wrong, hang on. Yeah, no, that's right, yeah, micro pearl. Hang on, right. Yeah, that's what's thrown me. I'm looking at the box, but it's my notes I need to look at. So yeah, micro, no, I tell a lie, micro champagne, micro jade, that's on the white, micro pearl, Micro Ash. Actually, this is what I can compare my totals to. I haven't managed to do that yet. Micro Ash. Purple Aster. Micro Cerulean. That's definitely got possibilities. And Opal Luster. That's a trouble kid. Interesting. And I did a little strip of River Birch on the black. And just left a little strip, just a plain on gobe. Wrote the numbers on the bottom so I knew where I was at. It's definitely a good idea to number your pieces with an underglaze pencil. So yeah, I'll put some photos on at the end if I can, and on my Facebook page. I need to get on Instagram more. I always forget about Instagram for some reason. I think it's time I go to bed, otherwise, yeah, 7 o'clock is going to come around very quickly. Yeah, sorry it didn't go up yesterday. Life gets in the way sometimes, so I think River Birch is definitely a winner. Wish I'd got it months ago, but hey, you know, what can you do? And yeah, I'm going to have fun testing these glazes a bit more. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's a bit of a weird one, I know. I'll show more of myself next video. And like I say, thanks for watching. If it's your first time, please come back. If you're returning, thanks a lot. Give me a like, subscribe, all the usual stuff. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye.